judge in Washington ruled on Wednesday that the Trump administration cannot categorically deny entry to people crossing the southern border to claim asylum, striking down a change made on President Trump's first day in office. The ruling rejected the idea repeatedly put forth by the president that such extraordinary powers were justified to curtail what Mr. Trump has called an invasion of the United States by immigrants crossing the southern border. In a hefty 128-page opinion, Judge Randolph D. Moss of the Federal District Court for the District of Columbia wrote that the Constitution and federal immigration law did not afford Mr. Trump the expansive authorities he claimed. The court recognized that the executive branch faces enormous challenges in preventing and deterring unlawful entry into the United States and in adjudicating the overwhelming backlog of asylum claims of those who have entered the country, he wrote. But neither the Constitution or the current law governing asylum seekers, Judge Moss wrote, could be read to grant the president or his delegates authority to adopt an alternate immigration system.
So can Matt still get deported?
Hey, what did I do?
You've been in this country a long time. Can
I at least get a hello?
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
I just walked in the room.
Hope you like Alligator Alley.
No, they need to send them to Sudan, where they sent the Asians.
Oh, yeah, Sudan.
He said he's going to deport some American citizens. And he's looking at denaturalizing. So some of y'all that's sitting up here talking about, my family came the right way. He about to send your ass back the right way.
Mm-hmm. He said it. He said, y'all been bad, and if you don't get sent back, he going to give you to the farmers who are oversight on you, responsibility for you. Does that sound familiar to anybody? And just remember, when you're out there under the control of a farmer, a responsible farmer, that you voted to be doing it. Man, they gonna need help down in Texas. You're gonna have to go out there and start helping folks. You know, your community, you know, don't you have a community of people that need help?
I come here, bringing peace.
But we ain't bringing peace.
Hey, can I ask Mel a question? Or April Plus or Patty Plus? I'll go Mel, or maybe even CEO Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Today is my last day for the Plus, and I want to know what should I be doing on my last day.
I think until Facebook gets this anonymous shit fixed and does something with this other little person down there getting their jollies from recording and streaming and shit on YouTube, that we should just forget our plus status. No, Pete.
Real quick, Scotty, I have to run, but do not leave the Plus community.
I pay for the year.
I need a reason.
Scotty leaves because I'm leaving.
Okay.
Your reason is peer pressure and to differentiate yourself.
No, my reason is that we got a cycle in the goo, and then I
do you want to downgrade? Do you want to be downgraded, Scotty? Or you want to stay upgraded?
No,
you want to be a conformist, Scotty?
No, if you pay for monthly, I suggest you go ahead and get rid of it. I want to
be one of the people. I'm tired of sitting in first class, y'all.
No, I like first class. I like how you're. I love that you get a different menu. I love that I get a little bag with my little cover my eyes to go to sleep. Yeah,
Patty, the cutlery, right?
Yes.
You get a nice glass,
and
y'all never food Jeff.
You will get a drink. You will get an alcoholic beverage
the second you sit down.
Exactly.
And you don't have to worry about not finishing it, because once the flight takes off, they will be serving it to you again.
In that part.
That's right. You don't have to slam your drink in desperation.
So,
Patty, we had talked about Delta One. Was it Delta One?
Oh yeah, Delta One, they give you the leather bag, not the little first class bag that's made out of cloth. They give you a leather black bag. Yeah. The little bag for your yeah, it's amazing.
toiletry.
Also, I want you guys to know that the big beautiful bill, it has changes to student loan repayment. It says there's just going to be 2 options, but there could be a third option. You could go to Alligator Alcatraz. That could, because it could be criminal for you to have to pay or not pay, or you haven't paid yours yet. So
They'll close down that place before that happens, April.
what are you thinking? Water's
There you
place
go.
is
Wow.
built. Are you not
never
gonna
ask for. You already know what Water's thinking. You don't want to know.
The place is built. What is wrong with him? Honestly, I need to know. Water, what's your malfunction? The place is built.
I've been researching.
They say they
There's
could have
a
built it
federal
in
lawsuit.
72 hours if they didn't have to follow certain guidelines. You out your mind if they're going to shut it down. Shit.
You know what?
You're in the Matrix. Thank God. Well, thank God. Thank God for the interruption.
What did they say about that? What's the big beautiful bill have to say about student loans?
Oh, it's going to be down to just 2 payment options. That's in the bill.
I actually have a student loan update for the room. If you will give me a few seconds to bring it up.
Seeing my sister and smashing these stupid.
I'm just here to bring the eliminated, but they were able to get back in. So if you are a medical doctor and you work at a public hospital, you can have your debt forgiven. I believe now it's up to $200,000. Next, there's always been this thing like people file, if they're married, they file marriage filing separately in order to get like lower repayments. You can still do marriage filing separately. That's a big deal for a lot of people. Like I actually know people who are willing to get divorced because of this. And like they text me, they're like, should I get divorced? So this is a thing. Anyways, if you're on the new income-based repayment plan, they're gonna keep that. I'm on the SAVE plan, and I believe that's going away, but that's another story. Parent Plus borrowers now have to July 2026 to consolidate. So you have to make sure. So I would go to studentloanplanner.com if you are a Parent Plus borrower to read more information on this, because you might be screwed. I'll skip a couple of these. So the pay plan might survive a couple of more years. So if you're on the paid plan, but the biggest takeaway, I think, I'm sorry. There's a template now for codifying the SAVE plan. So the Democrats can save the SAVE plan, and if they get their act together. So that's a takeaway. But the biggest takeaway I see is new borrowing limits. So you can only borrow a certain amount to go to school. For undergrad, it's $100,000. Grad school is $200,000. Unless this last minute gets revised, that's what it's going to be. So your school will probably work with private lenders. So you can no longer borrow the maximum from the federal government. The max you could borrow is $100,000 from the government as of July. Anyone entering the program July 2026, maxed out at 100. Grad school maxed out at 200.
So that means only rich people will be able to afford college.
No, that means that
right.
poor folk, anyone, the rest of us would have to get private loans, and we all know how that that's going to work. So yeah, I do think that unless people can, come from family money, there'll be less people going to medical school, law school, etc., or taking out private loans with much, much higher interest rates.
Or maybe the price of education will come down.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'll just call you it. Because I only acknowledge one Matt, and he's not here right now. So I'll just call you it, because you look like it.
Ah. Well, I guess it is. At least this start for the shh.
Austin, did you talk about the part where people making $4 million a year will get around a $400,000 tax cut?
No, this was only about student loans, Scotty. Do you want to continue to drag, the Republicans a bit more? Feel free. This is always a safe space for the Republicans, MAGAs to get your.
Thank you for that opportunity. I could tell you more about the tax implications, but I don't know. I'm kind of over this shit. But in case you're wondering, people earning $988,000 to $4 million are averaging about $44,000 in tax cuts. People earning $388,000 and $988,000 on average are going to get about $19,000 back. And I know what they're going to say. Oh, but they pay more anyway. They pay whatever. I get it, but let's go all the way down. And the people earning up to $51,000 are going to be paying $580 more. The people under 17 will be losing about $940. People making up to $93,000 will get $815 more. So congratulations on that. But also, Medicaid is going to be completely unfunded, and all of the other cuts. So, yep, there you go. The biggest welfare ever going to the wealthy from the poor in America. What a great country.
All right, do you have any good news, Scotty?
Nope.
Nice.
I'll look, but I don't think. What would good news look like exactly? Would be an example.
Edit this PDF.
What is the Christian response exactly to cutting SNAP benefits? Food stamps, things like that.
They love it. They're loving
Taking away insurance.
So, which Christian, hold on, which Christian camp are you talking about? There's many camps within Christianity.
No, of course. The camp that loves this, that response. So whatever camp that is. Because I know a lot of Christians don't love this.
They were already at $2 per meal. So they're being cut down from that. Notice that. Oh, sorry.
Matt is on the phone. I just wanted to point that out. As soon as he gets on this.
For the rest of us, the CEO as well, maybe they're talking to each other. I think I read that Trump has already frozen $6 billion that was intended for summer programs that are currently in progress right now, Boys and Girls Clubs and others that enrich children's summers and feed them. You know, we don't need that. America first, but not America's kids first.
I mean, do we talk about the fact that it's going to become more of a police state? So while they're cutting services for poorer people and welfare programs, they're adding $170 billion to immigration enforcement. 51.6% billion to build a wall on the border, which is 3 times the amount Trump had spent on the wall in his first term. And $45 billion for detention, that's billion with a B, detention facilities, and an increase of 265% in ICE's annual detention budget.
I put the link in the chat. People always want me to put the link in the chat, so there it is. Sorry, Scotty, but yeah, that too. And I just saw an article headline that says that alligator Alcatraz has already flooded. Like, that's not going to be a feature. It's just a problem.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when you build something in a swamp, like, why are we surprised? It was literally, like, Everglades is literally.
Yeah, that's why they've never built anything over there. It really is nasty. But that's Florida for you. No offense to Floridians or ex-Floridians.
I'm from Miami, not from Florida.
Okay, well, you keep telling yourself that. The facility will cost $450 million a year. Reimbursed by, wait for it, FEMA. I'm sure this is all going to go well. $450 million a year to run that facility, Alligator Alcatraz.
And it's flood prone, and it's in the way of hurricanes.
And if you've ever been down to the Everglades, you know how nasty and disgusting it is in terms of climate. It's terrible. I mean, Florida's bad enough.
Hello. What are y'all doing? Hello.
What up, y'all?
What's up, Haitian?
It's like a moment of silence in this motherfucker or something.
So, I don't know.
It's a moment of silence for Diddy.
You remember when they came in here and was like, "Oh, what's going on? You guys, what did Bridget say in the chat? Are you guys going through it or something?"
What?
I'm like, no, we good. You guys were the ones that said that he was gonna be found not guilty on nothing. Y'all should be crying, not us. We said he was gonna be found guilty on something. That's what we were all saying. They were saying, nah, he's free. He ain't never gonna. Yes.
Wait, what is that? Honestly, the case isn't as impactful as the comments that people have. That's the problem.
Oh my God, the comments on YouTube were bad too. I was like, oh Lord.
People have. then you think about like why we don't want to fucking report most of the time. I could care less if his ass goes free at this point. But if these niggas to be fucking working for this nigga talking about he did nothing wrong, gonna have a daughter if he think like that. Or even a son, shit, because his ass.
Yeah, I think that I do agree that the comments are worse than this whole thing. Because I was watching YouTube and they were arguing in the comments on the live feed. I was like, oh my God. And you gotta pay to have you have to have a subscription to be able to speak on YouTube in the live feeds. I was like, it's too spicy. Did you guys do your work today? I don't think so. Get to it. Get to it. Well, you gotta read your book and you gotta go trace. Yeah. And you gotta read your book and do your math. Let's go.
Otherwise, you will end up in free, girl.
Mama is back. Y'all better recognize.
No, that's a lot to do at once. That was a lot of instruction.
No, it's not.
Yo, tell
Yeah,
them.
but no.
Well, going outside and like yelling in your lungs.
Well, I yell all the time.
Yeah, one time I went outside and said, fuck this shit. My goddamn neighbor was like, are you okay?
Did your sister her tracing book?
Fatty, I love it.
Yo, it's hard being a mommy. You be like,
Summer is hell. Summer is straight hell.
I just want to be like you.
You know what? I want a tracing book. I miss all that shit. Like, why can't I do that as work?
You can go to Amazon and get
But I have to do real shit.
You go to Amazon, but you got a whole bunch.
No, I want to get paid
Two
for that.
pages, please. Thank you.
The sharpener on the back.
And make sure you read your chapter book. Thank you.
Thank you. Said a couple of years ago, adult coloring books were popular.
Yeah.
On the dining room table. On the dining room table. Thank you. All right.
Yo, Mel,
I'm pretty sure I bought one.
tell them you're a plus, Mel. They'll listen. They'll fall right.
They usually do it early in the day, but I went to an appointment. You see how kids, they take advantage of you when you're not here. So I'm back now. So they got to do it now.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. I told him to do that before getting on the iPad, but that's what happens when mom leaves home.
You know, when I was little, right, when my mom would go to the Philippines, she would go for a month because, the ticket's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And while she was gone, there was no fucking rules. My dad didn't know what to do. Like, food, we would eat. He would order pizza. That was our dinner for 2 days. That was our dinner and our breakfast. How he made our lunches, it was like the whole
that's how it's going to be next week when I'm not here. Watch. I already know.
The whole big bag of chips, he'd be like splitting it. Girl, one day I went to school with like, you know how you got a Kroger plastic bag?
Yeah.
One day I put the chips in there and tied the bag up. I was like, Daddy, I didn't want to eat my chips at school. It looks disgusting. He was like, you eat it out the plastic. I was like, yo, the dad, when they gotta wipe it, stuff. Them mugs suck.
Nah, my dad would send me to a lady a few blocks that knew how to do my hair because there was no way he was touching this shit. There was no motherfucking way.
My mom
So
was
he already knew it.
Well, I guess because I was raised by my dad, I'm like very organized with my kids. So I'm the opposite.
You a man? We talking about little girl. No, I'm just kidding. No, but the food thing was a problem.
Y'all definitely spoil your daughters. You men.
Did somebody just say whorehouse? What are we listening to?
Who said that? Oh, no. I was trying to hear the end of this.
Oh, it's the end of something you listen.
Is kind of thrown out, and now what this is 10 years because he has 2 counts, remember, that he's convicted of. Transportation to engage in prostitution. 2 counts that could a maximum of 10 years behind bars. Here's where the question mark comes.
Get my hair braided.
10 years each. That's the maximum. Is that what he faces? Could it be consecutive? Could it be concurrent? There are a lot of question marks about all of that, and I'm sure we're going to break it down here on Law and Crime as the days go on.
My dad had no nighttime time. We'd be like, I think it's late. Y'all gotta go to sleep. Can we just watch this show? Okay, when the show go off, my dad let us sleep on the couch. On the days that we had school days, because if we fell asleep watching a show, he didn't want to wake us up. It was bad. It was really bad.
My dad used to take the circuit breaker out at night at 9 o'clock at night, like or 9:30, because that was bedtime. So we couldn't even fucking turn. Like after a while, like we couldn't even turn the lights on. Like that's how much he didn't fucking play. So I would take a flashlight and read books underneath my bed, and I thought I was like a rebel. Yeah.
I was content with my mom leaving for those 30 days because it was like really no real rules with my dad because he didn't know what to do. So I was content with my hair being nappy and frizzy by the time I came home.
Oh my God.
We got to watch TV and watch because it's really easy to sucker a father if you're a daughter. Like I'd be like,
oh yeah, 100%.
I just want to watch one little show, and he'd be like, okay.
Look,
I'm laughing because when I come home, the girls' hairs are like this.
Right.
Look, my dad waited hours for a Cabbage Patch doll for me, the talking one. Okay? Like, my dad would do a lot of BS. Okay? I put that man through hell. But I was always like, my life became so easy when I was the only kid in the house. I had free range. It was like I'm the last one, so you know I did every fucking thing. Free range. Once my sister was out, because she was kind of like the wild one. She'd smoke weed, have parties and stuff. When she was out, my dad didn't give a fuck what I did.